Buzz. It's Boise State and the Bulldogs of Fresno State, and kick is next. College football presented by Geico on a pristine afternoon in Fresno, California. The 23rd ranked Bulldogs host the Boise State Broncos. The latest in the Mountain West, Boise State has alternated losses and wins all year. Fresno State in the catbird seat and has tiebreakers, head-to-head wins against Nevada and San Diego State. And we welcome you to the program. John Sadak alongside QB1 and Aaron Murray. And Aaron, these two teams for 2 decades have played games with heft that have had major import, and it feels like the buzz is building for a big one tonight.
Well, it's been an exciting day of college football already, and this is going to be an exciting football game. If you love offense, tune in. We're going to get 4 quarters of a lot of points. I don't want to be a defensive guy. If you're a defense and you love watching low-scoring games, turn it off, because this is going to be offense, quarterbacks, receivers, running backs. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a shootout. I'm excited to call it.
You speak of the signal callers. It's 2 of the best in the Mountain West. They have strong nerve and outstanding arms. Hank Bachmeier of Boise State led his team to a win last week. Jake Haener took down a 21st ranked Aztec squad on the road. Their receivers particularly pure, and the game day playbook brought to you by Twisted Tea.
Well, Khalil Shakir is a guy that you have to watch out for because they move him around all over the place. He'll be backside as an X. He'll be in the slot. He'll play quarterback. He'll play running back. One of the best route runners in the country. And then on the other side, very talented, dropping dimes is Jake Haener. Big game last week was Josh Kelly. You see the ability to go win the 50-50 balls, 107 yards. Receiving last week against a great San Diego State defense.
And Kelly had his role heightened due to a series of injuries that barraged the Bulldogs. For more on their latest, let's go down to Lindsay Rhodes.
Well, it's good news for the Bulldogs. They're getting a couple of their best players back today. Wide receiver 1, Jalen Cropper, who left last week's game. He had to be carted off the field with a right knee injury that apparently looked a lot worse than it actually was. He was back on the practice field Tuesday, looked great. Kind of surprised the coaches. He'll be doing his normal stuff today. No pitch count. We're also going to see RB1 Ronnie Rivers back on the field. He's missed the last game and a half with an ankle injury, during which time Jordan Mims ran for 320 yards. Now, guys, he's a little banged up. We're told they're both going to go. They're both on a pitch count. We're looking at a 50-50 split in that backfield.
Appreciate that. The 2-headed monster has emerged for the Bulldogs, according to second-year head man Kalen DeBoer, who ran a juggernaut in the NAIA ranks at his alma mater in Sioux Falls. The former linebacker for Boise State, Andy Avalos, his message all week was line of scrimmage. Aaron, what's your message, your keys, brought to us by Acura?
Well, for Boise State, they're 4-0 when they get over 100 yards rushing. Stay committed to the run. Eliminate Cropper on the other side. For Fresno, continue to protect the football. They've had issues in the past this season. And then limit the explosive plays for Boise State on defense.
Now we are set for kick as Fresno State won the toss and deferred. So they will have the ball to begin the second. The Broncos have the ball to begin tonight. Abraham Montano handling kickoffs. That's a change. Cesar Silva will still be the place kicker, but they want to save that leg. They might need it late. And this kick plenty deep enough, so we welcome the Bronco offense onto the field. And quarterback Hank Bachmeier, 15-6 as a starter. What stands out to you about Bachmeier?
Well, I think the biggest thing, and we talked to the coaching staff this week, is his leadership this year. Has taken it to another level. And then when you're on the road, hostile environment, a team that's playing great on both sides for Fresno State, this is when the leadership really starts to stand out for a quarterback. So I'm excited to see what he can do today. Very talented, can make all the throws you want, and we alluded to these receivers. He has so much talent on the outside surrounding him.
And before we can even get started, whistles. Cal McNeil, our referee. They had the ball on the wrong hash, so they're moving from right side to left. The run game could be critical for the Broncos. 11th in the Mountain West in rushing yardage. Dead last at just 2.6 yards per carry. And George Halani is the primary running back. He is out wide as they show empty. Bachmeier, pocket holding, takes a deeper shot, contact as Octavius Evans stumbled, and it sails incomplete. The rest of the offense for the Broncos, 5 different starting combinations for their O-line. Jake Stetz stands out at center.
That's tough. I mean, because you talk about the quarterback and the offense, but the quarterback of the offensive line, the center, just been back and forth. But Jake played a tremendous game last week. They look forward to seeing what he can do in his second start at the center position.
Kalani on the cut. He is full go this week, and he slipped out of a couple of hits. Plunges to the 32. He gets 6. Lavelle Bailey the stop. For the Bulldogs, Evan Williams is excellent in the secondary.
Well, he was a madman last week. 13 tackles, an interception. He's going to be roaming around the field. Safety, he'll come back to the linebacking level as well. The matchup against Shakir is going to be a big one for him if he gets him in the slot.
Broncos tops in the Mountain West, top 20 in the country on third down. Kalani went out wide. Throw, Tim nearly intercepted. Looking for Shakir, a forced ball. And what a jump on the route by the man you called Evan Williams.
Well, that's the matchup that we want to see because Shakir is a slot receiver, and they're confident that Evan Williams, when his number is called and he has to man-to-man, one of the best receivers in the Mountain West, he's going to be able to step up to that challenge. Won that first one right there.
And one of the wrinkles, Zane Pope is ready to return. Primary punt return man Ronnie Rivers is the banged-up running back who's just back off injury. Pope has only returned 1 punt all year. Joel Velasquez, who handles kicks and punts. Excellent hang time, fair catch wave on the back pedal. And a great punt with excellent coverage. A 51-yard punt, no chance to return. And now the Bulldog offense back to the field. Jake Haener, the words that were hammered into him by his OC after their loss to Hawaii, consistency and discipline on display since.
Well, and just taking care of the football. 4 interceptions versus Hawaii is not going to get the job done, but he's a warrior. Over and over again, we see him get knocked down out of the game, comes back in, leads this football team. The guys around him respect him, and he is darn good. 23 touchdowns on the season.
Washington transfer under center. Rivers the deep back. Receiver motion. Off a play fake. Haener in that deep pocket steps into a deep throw and connects. Josh Kelly to midfield.
Jake Haener's pass complete to Josh Kelly.
It's a beautiful design. You're going to get a post route on this side and then a deep cross. And this means the offensive line has to give Jake Haener plenty of time in the pocket. Look at that thing of beauty. Then the deep cross on the money. Huge gain to get this thing started for this offense.
And they are 2 yards shy of midfield. They go big play in a big way. They've got 50-plus 11 times this year, most in the Mountain West. Rivers gets yanked and still has a good plunge of about 6. Dimitri Washington drags him down. Rivers, though, does stand out in that backfield.
Well, it's good to see him healthy. I mean, the injury that occurred a couple weeks ago was on a beautiful 60-yard touchdown run. Came up limping. Obviously, Jordan Mims has done a great job in replace over 300 yards in the past 2 games, but to have RB1 back, going to take some pressure off the pass game.
Coming off that ankle injury, out of the pistol. Moves up sidecar. Gets fed. Look at him turn the corner. Hard hit. Rivers has the first down, taken out by Ezekiel Noah after a gain of 13.
Well, I think the question of is Rivers really healthy? What is he going to look like in this football game have been answered these past 2 plays. The ability to have the jump cut, break it to the outside, take on the defender.
Now Jordan Mims is in. Cropper's inside and the 3 receivers left. Number 5, their great wide receiver. Mims coming off back-to-back career best performances, less than a yard. For the defense of Boise State, Kekaula Kaniho is everywhere.
When we talk on the other side, the matchup in the slot, the same thing is going to be for this game. Kaniho against Jalen Cropper. Jalen goes side to side, but primarily he's going to be the F receiver on the inside. That's a huge matchup. They're on each other right now on the second and long call.
Cropper off, they go double tight end. Big bodies, Mims in the backfield. Off the fake. Able to connect. And that'll be a couple of yards shy. Carrick Wheatfall's first grab of the game. Stumbled by Canijo.
Well, this is the matchup they want. Canijo, the younger brother, 14 on the outside. Young freshman, a lot of talent, just very green.
And they're going a little tempo here, but this plunge does not baffle Boise State. No gain. Big bodies up front. Jackson Cravens, the Utah transfer, 305 pounds. What do you do on 3rd and short?
I'm going for it. Offense is rolling. You're feeling good. You got a veteran quarterback that knows what he needs to do to get this first down. Energy in the stadium right now is absolutely electric. I think you go for this, which they are.
4th down and a yard. Bulldogs 7 of 12 on 4th down this year. Motion from Wheatfall. And they sniff it out. They tried to stretch the defense, and the boundary safety, J.L. Skinner, stays with him. Turnover on downs.
Take over 1st and 10.
Timeout on the field.
J.L. Skinner, a rocket, coming down 4th and short. Boise State steps up.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Verizon. 5G built right. And by Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
The Mountain West title game started in 2013. In the first 8 title tilts, 5 of the crowns won between Boise State and Fresno State. They met in the championship in 2017 and their most recent meeting, 2018. Bachmeier, backside pressure, throws deep, target, Holani's got it! Oh, only a stumble kept him from pay dirt. Got tripped up by the Bulldog at midfield.
Holani coming all the way from the backfield is going to run the seam. All the distraction with the jet sweep, all eyes on Shakir, and then he blows right by the safety, and a heck of a catch. Beautiful throw ball by Bachmeier.
31 yards, that's nearly a season total receiving. Go right back to him, flag out. Williams, part of the initial contact. Forward progress yields the 42. Penalties a problem for the Bulldogs on the year. Dead last to the Mountain West, 70 yards and flags a game. Cal McNeil, first penalty today.
Holding, number 90, defense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
And that's the leading sack and tackle for loss artist on the Bulldog front, Kevin Atkins.
Well, you don't see that much, but this is an offense that's going to change up tempos, going to want to press it, especially with big plays down the field like that. Get up, get to the line of scrimmage, snap the football, keep the defense on their heels, make them guess.
10 yards from the end of the run.
This aids the Broncos dramatically. Shakir, inside receiver on the top of the screen, outside right. Bachmeier loads. Caught. Out of bounds. LJ early there against Shakir. First down. They're in the red zone, 15 yards.
And when you watch film, this is probably Shakir's best route that he runs. It's a sail route. He's going to come in nice and easy, act like he's going to run across the field, and then he's going to sail it back to the sideline. Just such a smooth route runner. Not going to beat you with speed, but with technique and precision within his route. He's able to set the defender up.
Now they got trips to the boundary side. Off the fake, Bachmeier. Finds Shakir. Shake and bake does not pay off. Cale Sanders, the true freshman. All steak and sizzle there. It'll be a loss of about 3.5.
Great job staying home, Fresno. They tried the same exact play, different formation for where they hit Helani down the seam. They're going to fake the jet sweep. Helani's going up. Linebackers didn't get fooled. Safeties didn't get fooled. Stayed home, made the play.
Second down and 14. Blitz shown on the far side. They adjust. Hopper hops over. Hand off Helani. Ankle grabbed and yanked down at the 20. Only a couple there. Leonard Payne Jr. got hands in there. The Broncos now in the red zone, brought to you by Verizon. This is where Bachmeier's numbers have not been as strong, Aaron, on the year. He is sub 50%.
Well, it shouldn't be as good as when you're out in the field. Just things are condensed, as we all know, inside the red zone. They're going to split Helani out, get a zone man read. It's zone coverage. You got your star, Shakir, in the slot against his safety. See if they find a way to get him open.
Bachmeier, backside pressure. Sack back at the 30. David Perales alongside Atkins.
Yeah, that's not a matchup that I want to keep this entire game. Tight end against Perales, he's going to eat him up. As we saw in that rush, great job getting after the quarterback, allowing his fellow defenders to finish the job off.
And that means it'll be a 47-yard field goal try for Jonah Dalmas, who hit from 51 in the Mountain West title game last year. Dalmas, the former walk-on, drills it. The Bulldog defense steps up, gets the sack, and forces a field goal. (3-0) Boise State with the lead over 23rd ranked Fresno State. Tonight, 2 Eastern, join our team in studio. The latest college football updates. A crazy day around the country. They'll have their analysis and insight inside college football here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. What gives, Aaron? We were predicting offense. Defense has shined early.
Defense has shown up for both teams. At Fresno, Evan Williams gonna have a long day matched up against the star receiver. He did a great job on that first third down, and then 3rd and long. You get a matchup at defensive end against a tight end. Give it to me. Big sack to force the field goal.
And now the kick to come. Joel Velasquez, the 6th-year senior, handles duties for Boise State. Jordan Brown, Malik Sherrod, the return men for the Bulldogs. They hold it on the tee. Sherrod from his 2. The 3rd running back for Fresno State, spinning off a hit. Gets to around the 27, 28-yard line. Knocked down there by Canijo. And so Kalen DeBoer sees Jake Haener back out onto the field. Anything stand out from their initial possession?
Well, I mean, they moved the ball right down the field. It's a 4th and 1 situation, and just better play by Skinner on the back end for Boise State. So continue to do what you're doing. It's good to see. Obviously, Rivers is healthy, run the ball well, very effective there in that first drive.
Play fake to Rivers, who slips out. Deeper shot, intercepted! Picked off at the 41-yard line. The Broncos force a turnover. Kekala Canijo.
We talk about Shakir running a sail route. Same thing from Cropper, is going to run a sail route from the number 3 receiver. Canijo does a great job staying in his zone. They're trying to clear it out by those 2 outside defenders running double posts. And Haener does not see Canijo at all as he lets it go.
Well, the Bulldogs have 2 losses on the year. The one that probably resonates the loudest was at Hawaii when they blew a 2-touchdown lead in the 4th quarter. Turned it over 6 times in that game. And Canijo, who's one of the most veteran presences. In fact, he has the program record today, his 57th career game played. Motion from Kurt Rafdahl, one of the many tight ends the Broncos employ. Bachmeier with pressure, flips it out to Halani. That's been the run game. Halani adjusts. Evan Williams drags him down, barely shy. Touchdown. He is in.
On the field is a touchdown.
41 yards.
Beautifully designed screen. You get the big guys out front. Elephants on parade. Love seeing the big guys moving down the field, but this was Halani doing his thing, cutting all the way back. And man, I think he's in. Stays on top of the defender.
Play is under further review.
Ball crosses the plane. I think it's a good call on the field. We'll get a couple more angles on it, but great job of him staying up, using the defender. And we'll see if there's any part of his body, maybe that right elbow right there. Yeah, I think he's gonna be down at the 1. See right now, right elbow bangs the turf, but tremendous effort by Halani.
Bruce Bain, our replay official. Broncos only have 2 yards rushing, but 2 giant pass plays to their primary running back.
Well, they definitely want to get the run game going eventually, but get him, Halani.
After further review, the ruling on the field is the ball carries down at the 1.5-yard line. The ball deflects the 1.5-yard line. First and goal, Boise State.
So what do you go with here? Hayner the pick. Andy Avalos, who has preached line of scrimmage. He talked about that at great length during our meeting this week on each side of the football.
Well, they said the way to win this football game, which is most football games, honestly, is to dominate up front, both in the offensive line and the defensive line. And I think right now you give the ball to Halani, get him going downhill.
Scott Matlock is in on the left side of the line. The defensive tackle. They rearrange formation late. Bachmeier handing it off, slip in, touchdown! Andrew Van Buren.
You bring in the 240-pound running back at the goal line, downhill. And taking advantage of the big turnover their defense created.
Van Buren, who has been referred to by the coaching staff over the years as a Lendell White, Jerome Bettis kind of bruiser. And Hayner certainly has that pick playing through his mind. The point after is good. It all started with the pick.
6 minutes and 38
Kekala, big interception, gets the ball back for his offense. Then the running backs doing their thing in the pass game, and then Van Buren sticks it in.
To 10-0 Boise State lead Fresno State with some work to do and a little bit of extra coaching help down on the sideline. That is Jeff Tedford, former Fresno State head coach, who addressed the team last night. His first time in front of the team since he left. It's been a big couple of weeks for him. He was back at Cal last week, Fresno State this week. He said his message to the team was to keep the focus on us. Don't worry about Boise State. Also told some stories about some players who people didn't know, who made the big plays in some of these rivalry games in the past. Said you never know who it's going to be, so come ready and again keep the focus on us. Tailgated with the Hainers and former Bulldogs quarterback Kevin Sweeney before the game. He's having a fun time down here, kind of a homecoming of sorts.
Appreciate that, Lindsay. He was a quarterback here. He was quarterback coach, the OC, and of course the head man, and now inspirational words. Touchback here. What have you seen from Jake Hayner?
Well, the interception was unfortunate and just a better play defensively, but it came out with a deep cross to Kelly, which was an absolute beaut. finds his receiver one-on-one with a quick hitch, and this is just a tough one. Better, like I said, I think better defense in that one. You're expecting those 2 post routes on the outside to clear out the area, and just, you know, Canijo, better job staying home.
They go empty here. When can Jalen Cropper get involved? Hayner flushed, hit, and dropped. Eaten up by Jackson Cravens. They sack him back around the 20-yard line.
And they're gonna, it's just a complete coverage sack. You see Hayner getting through his reads, 1, 2, 3, nothing there. And then the push by Cravens up front. And that's the worst pressure you can get from a quarterback, especially a guy that a little shorter. I know the pain. Tough to see over those big guys when they're in your face.
Bulldoze Schmidt there. Hayner checking down, flips it out, Ronnie Rivers. And right there to lasso him, Riley Wimpy. Back around the original line of scrimmage. They get most of the 5 yards back, 3rd and a little more than 10.
Well, they got to figure out a way to get Cropper involved in this game. They tried in the last series, turned into an interception, better play defensively. But number 5 is one of the premier receivers in this league. We'll see if they get something designed for him on this 3rd and long. Usually he is the go-to guy in this situation.
Empty on 3rd and 10. Broncos send 5. Hayner, one-on-one in a tight spot. That is caught. What a grab by Cropper. Hit on the money for 25.
Oh, we knew it was going to happen eventually. One-on-one, just an inside faded. He makes some of the most acrobatic catches you will see. Go watch the highlights from this entire season. The ability to use his balance, staying in bounds all the time. Great job adjusting on the back shoulder.
Matched up with Shea Oladipo, the true freshman safety. Rivers in the backfield in Bronco territory. Hayner flicks it out. Dangerous ball, tipped in, incomplete. Tried to force it to Cropper, and that was sniffed out again by Canijo. He was that close to a score.
Canijo feeling pretty good to start this ball game, and you know that's the issue sometimes in the play that takes that long to develop. There's an interesting graphic from last week with Cropper on the field. You see the completions, you see the yards per attempt without him when he went down with injury. Things started to drop off for this offense, so good to see him back out there.
Cropper in motion. Rivers swarmed. They knew that was coming. No gain. The entire front dispatches of it.
Oh, that's a great job by Cravens. Once again, 94 is going to play the nose, head up with the center. Completely disruptive, forcing the running back to string it out. Then the rest of the defense comes in to clean it up.
Aaron, am I nuts, or has the air been sucked out of this sellout stadium? It feels different.
Well, they've had some energy to start it, but yeah, I completely agree. Boise State up 10. They need a couple more big plays to their man Cropper to get the energy back in this building.
Cropper on the move. Secondary fades back. Hayner, backside pressure, steps up. Off the hands, incomplete. A buffer of space for Cropper, and it's 4th down. Punt unit jogs on.
Did that just happen? I don't know if I've ever seen him drop a pass before. That's a first. You know, a little high, but that's a walk in the park for Mr. Cropper. Big play opportunity, 3rd down, continue the drive. He definitely wants that one back, but listen, trust me, we're going to see a lot more of what that young man's able to do throughout this ball game.
Carson King to punt. Khalil Shakir averages 16 per return. He's inside of his own 10 in movement. Second flag of the day.
False start, number 32, offense. 5-yard penalty, remain, 4th down.
Evan Williams. And Kalen DeBoer, who only lost 3 times against 67 wins in his decade of dominance in the NAIA ranks. A 2-score hole here at home. zone. You know, the Broncos with a 2-score lead, and Cropper has a couple he'd like to have back.
Boise State, Fresno State, and a player who's played for both is the subject of tonight's athlete profile, brought to you by Cooper Tire. It's Fresno State linebacker Tyson Maeva, who started his college career at Boise State. It did not end well. He was removed from the team for a violation of team rules in 2018, joined Fresno State's team last spring. And the way that they talk about him here, it's like an advertisement for second chances. Inge, the defensive coordinator, told us he is the leader of the football team. Changed their entire team dynamic immediately. Quite a full circle moment for him today, no doubt. Just got kicked in the face, by the way, spent some time in the tent, but he will be back out there.
Appreciate that. We see Talon Green in at quarterback, not Hank Bachmeier, not the primary backup, Jack Sears. Green doesn't have a pass this year. He's going to keep. And he breaks the plane of the 40. Solid spurt there on only his second touch of the season.
I guess find a new way, a new wrinkle to get the run game going. We alluded to at the open, this is a team, haven't won a game if they haven't reached 100 yards rushing, have won all 4 games in which they've run for 100, so bring in the wrinkle.
And Green, that fools nobody. Great job up front by Aaron Mosby, called without a doubt one of the best defenders for the Bulldogs by DC William Inge.
Oh, it looks like Hank Bachmeier is finding the sideline. This is just a little bit of a change-up to see if they can spark this run game, but Mosby on the outside, you better be sure when you pull it that he's committed to coming down on the running back.
Kalani sidecar. Motion from Evans. Green on the keep. Gets swung down by the first hitter as Lavelle Daly swoops in nearly back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down. This would be telling if there's no Bachmeier, right?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, especially after the first down run. Hey, it's 2nd and long situation, bring Bachmeier out to have the threat of a pass, and then you do another run now. So maybe there is something wrong with Hank on the sideline. We'll get some more information. But we're about to find out. We know Green can run the football. We're about to see how good he is and how accurate he is with the ball, throwing it.
On 3rd and 11. For his first pass, he's flushed. And he's brought down and sacked. David Perales again, a loss of 15 yards.
And this is the 2nd time they're going to match a tight end against Perales. It's a tight end. He can't block him. He needs some help. You're shifting the entire offensive line away from him and saying we're going to keep a tight end on one of the better pass rushers for Fresno State. He has made him pay twice on that. You need to think of a new way to block that young man.
Rocking the baby. So Velasquez the punt. Pope on the back pedal. Fair catch wave. A 54-yard punt. And it sounds like Bachmeier is A-OK, but was not used on that possession. Jake Hayner has forced a couple of balls, has turned it over. It did lead to a score.
And going back to that last possession for Boise, very interesting. We were up here talking about should they take some shots down the field to really extend this lead. They got the momentum. They're doing everything right offensively. I don't understand really the quarterback switch up. We'll see Fresno State. I like the way Hayner's playing. Let's see if they can put one in though.
Rivers gets fed. Explodes on the edge. First down and more. Hurdles a man over midfield. A furious run by Ronnie Rivers. Caleb Biggers trips him up at the 39.
Gotta give the big boys up front some love. You see Smith, Bull, the big guys pulling around. And then Rivers doing it from there. He is healthy and explosive right now on that ankle. No doubt about it.
There is a downed Bronco. We will step aside for 30 seconds. Excuse me.
First down.
There is a penalty call here. And we believe that was a block in the back penalty. That is Isaiah Banya, second on the team in tackles for loss. He's the co-leader in sacks for the Broncos, a man who was highly praised by DC Spencer Danielson. Jordan Mims is in. Hayner. Ty Jones had to go to a knee to bring it in. Kaniho right there.
Let's go back and look at the block in the back. And if that is it, then I am furious, because no, I think it's more. I think it was the receiver that we just cut away from it. The receiver up top seemed to be coming back, most likely blocked the defender in the back there. I do not believe it was Dante Bull, number 72, that was called on that penalty.
Second down to the yard. Double handoff, and that fools no one. Cropper dropped for a loss. Back to the 30. Divine Obacheri, Scott Matlock in there along with Gums, loss of 5.
Yeah, Fresno trying to be sneaky here. And like you said, Obacheri not going to fool me. And all of a sudden, big play. You're moving the ball. You feel good. Penalty. Now 3rd and medium for this offense. And once again, the matchup is going to be on the inside with Cropper. Who's going to cover number 5?
Hayner. Right up the gut. Riley Wimpy swings him on down. It has been sack city for the Broncos. That's the end of the first. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. (10-0). Boise State has the lead. The numbers through the first quarters: 2 sacks on each side. Quarterbacks running for their lives.
Well, that's kind of been the story of both these quarterbacks this season. A lot of hits on them. Offense line has to do a better job. I think for Boise State, I think you need to learn your lesson. Enough putting a tight end on a defensive end in critical passing situations. 0 for 2.
Carson King at his own 5 to punt. Khalil Shakir, return man, at his 35. And it's going to wilt and die. Touched at the 40.
Well, let's go back to the sack. They're going to do a cross dog blitz. So Schramm's going to go first. Wimpy right behind center has to make a decision. Who are you going to take? He takes the first. Guard needs to pass it off a little bit faster than that. Does not. Big play defensively to get their second sack of this ball game.
That was Braylon Nelson, 65, that he swept by, the true freshman who became a starter at Wyoming in mid-October to bring physicality. They knew there could be mistakes like that, but they wanted that physical presence.
Well, it's just tough. When your guy over top of you loops to the outside, you got to pass it off to the tackle. Be ready for something to come on the inside.
Hank Bachmeier is back. Play fake. Loads up. Deep shot. One-on-one. Evans has the football. Leaps over top of Cale Sanders Jr. all the way to the 12-yard line.
Throw it up to Evans. Let me see what the big guy can do. You got a scissors concept. Shakir's running the out. Evans running the post. One-on-one, you see him be able to use his body to go up there and snag it. That's just trust between a quarterback and a receiver.
Cyrus Habibi-Likio, the Oregon transfer, in at running back this possession. Play fake again. Bachmeier flips it out. Shakir. Nowhere to go. Gets spun like a top. Amari Pate, the true freshman Husky, with help from Tyson Maeva.
Well, they watched their film because they ran the same exact play last week to Cobbs. You're going to fake like you're going to do an orbit motion, then you come back out and you throw it to him on the swing route, hoping the defender overcommits on the motion. They stayed home. Like I said, they did a great job watching their film.
The trips Bottom near right. Inside run. Spun around again. Not a whole lot there for Abibi Likio. So now third down arrives.
Well, it's a tricky third down situation. You know, there's a good feeling you have points on the board. You're in the red zone. The field's condensed. Obviously, we hit on the fact that Hank Bachmeier has not been as efficient when they cross the 20-yard line. Be smart, knowing that you got 3 on the board.
Into the backfield late, Abibi Likio. Movement on the clap. Free shot. Lob ends on the cutter. Incomplete. Cale Sanders Jr. at coverage. Cal McNeil.
Offside, number 55, defense. 5-yard penalty, repeat, third down.
Leonard Payne Jr.
Well, defense is licking their chops. 3rd and long in the red zone. Already had a couple sacks in this game. Try to time it up.
They just took Abibi Likio out. No running back here, Aaron. What does that mean?
Well, they got Shakir back at the running back position, so be ready for some sort of swing route from him, but they motion him out. It's 1-on-1. I like number 2.
Safety slides over, cheating that side. Bachmeier locked left side, lob it up. Shakir incomplete. Deron Bland, the Sac State transfer, in coverage. 4th down. And already up, a couple of scores, kick unit out.
Well, Bland does a great job not biting on the sluggo, the slant and go route, knowing that he has help in the inside from Williams. And I think smart throw from Bachmeier. Throw to a spot that maybe your guy can get it, but if not, once again, make sure it ends with a field goal.
Nearly 27-yard try. Dalmas is hit from 47. And he connects. Broncos have won 13 straight conference road games. They have a 13-0 lead against a nationally ranked conference opponent. The big play up top, but they settle for 3.
Of a sellout crowd here at Bulldog Stadium. One of the people in attendance here, a very special guest celebrating her 101st birthday, Dorothy Jones, who lives here in Fresno. She's a massive Bulldogs fan and a distinguished Navy veteran. She joined the Navy in 1942 after Pearl Harbor. She was one of the first women in the WAVES program. That's women accepted for volunteer emergency service. She was stationed in Hawaii during the war and will be back for the first time since next month when she is a guest of honor at the 80-year memorial of Pearl Harbor.
Appreciate that, Lindsay, and God bless. Thank you for your service. It is the Red Wave, the nickname of the fan base here, that has been distraught at the start. Will Ferrin on the kick. And Sherrod doesn't have a ton of space. Fresno State well below its norm in terms of offense, Aaron. There it is. Tops in the Mountain West, top 15 in the country in yards per game. They have 87 yards of total offense.
Well, they got the run game going a little bit. Ronnie Rivers has had his moments. Obviously, the block in the back, the last series really hurt them as they were able to cross the 50-yard line. But it's just been little mistakes like that. The interception, penalties, and then not being able to convert on a 4th and 1 on that first possession as well.
Jalen Cropper has 1 catch so far for Fresno State. He's beckoned into motion. Hand off to Rivers. And the shimmy nets him a couple of yards extra. Gets to the 26-yard line.
I feel like they've obviously taken the good punches from Boise State right now, but listen, we're still early in this ball game. Second quarter just started. 13-0, 2-possession game, and you know you have one of the most explosive offenses in the Mountain West. You said only 1 catch for Cropper. Big drop. You got to continue to find ways to give him the football.
Broncos had shown pressure. They send 3. A 4th man late joins. Rivers with no blockers. And leading the charge, Ezekiel Noah denies him the 30. So he gets about 4. Here's third and call it 3.
I do think this is a big play, third down for this offense to be able to get the first, just to give their defense a break too. I think Boise State's done a great job offensively. Pretty long drives, not being able to always capitalize inside the red zone.
One of 4 on third down today. They've averaged needing 8.5 yards on third down. Proper loops in motion. And flat.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 65, offense. 5-yard penalty, a third down.
It's Nelson at the left guard position. Flinches just a little bit too soon. You see that movement as he starts to get back in his stance. And you said 3rd and 8 before that. They just wanted to get back to their average, so it was a little bit too short for what they're used to tonight. That was the issue.
I'll mark it off to what's been the norm. The Broncos have had a number of notable games this year. They're going to make a late sub, it appears. Matt Smith jogs on, offensive lineman. Now they had the near miss at Oregon, fell by a touchdown on the road, won at UCLA. In fact, multiple wins against ranked foes. First time they've had 2 wins against ranked foes on the road in their 100 years of football. But here they are as the ranked team. And they're down a couple of scores. Mims in the backfield hasn't done much. Hayner slings a deeper shot, too tall. Carrick Wheatfall tried to extend, but Tyree Jones was right there.
And that's one that Hayner needs to hit, just overthrows on the outside. A deep bench route. Has an opportunity, just lay it on the sideline, allow Josh Kelly with his wingspan to be able to go and catch that football, but another third down, another missed opportunity to keep the chains going for this offense.
Fresno State feels choppy, staggered, not in rhythm. Here's pressure. Oh, they nearly got it. Excellent hang time, furious wave, and the fair catch made by Khalil Shakir. 43-yard punt. Nearly got it. It's been all Broncos early.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rogue. Don't weaken. By Cooper Tire. Go with the Coopers. And by PNC Bank. Changing how you handle overdrafts with low cash mode.
100 years of Fresno State football, 28 conference crowns, 28 bowl appearances, a number of names that have gone on to the NFL. Kalen DeBoer, the head man these days, his squad down 2 scores, playing defense again. Broncos send Hank Bachmeier back to the field. Kalani gets low, gets a couple. We have not seen much in the way of running, Aaron. That is now 7 yards rushing for Boise State, only 21 for Fresno State.
Well, they brought in Taylor Green to get things going a little bit as a quarterback. He had his series a couple series ago and was able to get a big run, and it's stuffed afterwards. But yes, they got to figure out a way to stay committed to this run game.
So Tim Plow, the play caller in OC, down to the field. Kalani, all cut in space. And a nice little dip, got an extra few, made Evan Williams whiff. That'll be good for a first, gain of 13.
Well, Raftal on the outside doing a great job. Watch this cut block on the defensive end. Or the looping linebacker, excuse me, able to create the giant hole for the running back to cut back to get the first down. I like their matchup with Shakir in the slot right now if they do want to throw it.
Bachmeier to keep. Designed run for Bachmeier, and they make him pay some. Heavy harm brought by Malachi Langley. He earns the 48-yard line, about 6.
Well, right on cue, we talk about this offense needing to be able to run the football. Great run to get the first down. Then the zone read, you see Mosby, number 3, defensive end, comes crashing in. No respect for Mr. Bachmeier and his legs. Able to pick up 6 yards.
Evans one-on-one with Deron Bland on the top of the screen. Kalani. And he'll be shy by a little less than 2 yards. Langley and Pate in there. What do you do?
I've got to figure out a way to get Shakir involved in this play, whether it's get him in the backfield, some kind of zone read possibly. They look like possibly Hank under center, maybe just a straight downhill run.
0 for 4 on 3rd down today. Shakir in motion. Bachmeier, you called it. Trying to follow his center, and it looks like he's short. It'll depend upon the spot. It's close, but I believe he is short. And it looks close enough to go for it.
Well, they try to use Shakir in the jet motion to distract the defense. Was able to get positive yards, just not enough, but I agree with this. Get in the... Stay in there, see if you can get the first down. Obviously, Fresno was not successful with theirs. And I'm kind of surprised Andrew Van Buren, who came in on the goal line play, was able to get that 1 yard for the touchdown. The bigger 240-pound back is not in the game to see if they can get this first down.
And they were showing shotgun. Bachmeier wants timeout as he saw a loaded front for Fresno State. We'll pause for 30 seconds. Head coach Andy Avalos was intensity, physicality, owning line of scrimmage, the constant mantra. His offense on the field to go for it on 4th and short. You called it, partner. Andrew Van Buren's now on the field.
Yeah, bring in 21, 240-pound back. They brought him in for the goal line run from 1.5 yards out. He was able to get it. 21, right there, watch out, get him going downhill.
Tyler Crow, the converted linebacker, is a fullback to lead. Hesitates, and that pause cost him. The Bulldogs get the push. They hold on 4th down. Malachi Langley, circle this moment. This is the loudest the crowd has been since the early stage of the game.
And they needed this to get going on this, get this environment rocking again, and great job defensively. The linebackers, second level. O-line did a great job. Fresno, though, those second level defenders coming up, making the big stop.
Boise State with a 13-0 lead in Fresno. Tuesday night, 7 Eastern. More gridiron action, a MAC battle. The Akron Zips visit Western Michigan right here on CBS Sports Network. One of the top wideouts in the MAC on full display. Listed at 5'10", he can make plays. Sky Moore. Jake Hayner, one of the best signal callers in the Mountain West, not quite himself early tonight.
No, it was missed a couple. Obviously had the interception. This is just a team right now that just has to figure out a way to stay on the field. 1 for 5 on 3rd downs. Just, he hasn't had the opportunity to kind of get in any sort of rhythm, and that's been pretty much his entire offense.
And movement up front, it appeared.
It's Nelson once again, second time.
Ball start, number 65, offense. 5-yard penalty, remain first down.
So Boise State has not been flagged once, and Fresno State has been flagged half a dozen times.
Well, and also you're at home. You should not be making these mistakes from the offensive line position. That's his second time trying to get an early start against this defense.
Rivers down to crease, dragged down around the original line of scrimmage, gets those 5 back. Riley Wimpy, J.L. Skinner combined on the stick.
Well, he made up for it with a great block on the pull. And I'm talking about number 65, Nelson. But they got to get this to a 3rd and manageable. We alluded to it their last drive. 3rd and 8 has been the average. Get this to 3rd and 5 and under.
Cropper in motion. He lives in the slot. Hayner hammered as he threw and he connects. Oh, he took a shot and he slings it to Josh Kelly to pierce Bronco territory, 20 yards.
That's a confidence builder. Seam route, great route. The anticipation was absolutely perfect from Hayner. And we know what this young man will do. He will stand in here to the last second and take a hit and still deliver an accurate football down the field.
On first down, Rivers, oh, that purposeful pause, explodes second level. Dragged down by Caleb Biggers after trekking 23 yards.
Well, we talked about tight ends matched up with defensive ends in this game. Rodriguez, number 80, on a defensive end. Watch him, sticking him. That is not easy to do. And it's a great job, the entire left side of the offensive line, but Rodriguez, tight end, one-on-one, doing his job in the run game.
Well, Rivers has sprung to life. Bulldogs in the red zone where the Broncos stiffen. Rivers to the right side. Made Schramm miss. Second hitter. Whoa. Hard stick right at the 10 by Tyreek Jones.
Beautifully formed tackle. Goes right at the mid-section of the running back.
Tempo. One-on-one. End zone. Touchdown. Carrick Weefall.
I think the offense got some rhythm on this. Cornerback Canijo is playing way too far off Weedfall. Hayner sees it, rips it back shoulder. The adjustment. Easy pitch and catch for the touchdown. They needed that one. This offense needed this series to get their mojo going.
4 touchdowns on the year for Wheatfall. Has scored 3 straight games. Point after is pure from Cesar Silva.
Oh, it started on defense. Great 4th down stop. 4th and short. Defense comes up big. And then offense pays it off. Hayner with a touchdown.
To 7, the Bronco advantage. Bulldogs just scored. Headed your way, the Verizon halftime report. Brent Stover, Kevin Carter, Houston Nutt in our CBS Sports Network studio in New York City. They'll recap a wild day in college football, highlight scores, also first half analysis and stats from this matchup, the Verizon halftime report. Sellout crowd here today, 40,000 plus. The first sellout since the season opener 2014 against Nebraska. The red wave is out in force. And in the wake of Fresno State's first score, Abraham Montano, who's handled kickoff duties, set to boot it. Taking a shot, Shakir. We have seen each team come up big on 4th down.
Well, 4th and short. I like the play calls by the offense going for it. J.L. Skinner coming up with the big tackle for Boise State. And in that last possession, Fresno, big 4th down stop, get their offensive ball back. Great field position. Able to finally capitalize and put some points on the board themselves. Listen, I said there's going to be an offensive explosion here, but defense have shown up here in the first half for both these squads. Been really good to see them ready to take on the challenge.
Now our outstanding crew during break did notice that head coach for Fresno State, Kalen DeBoer, and his quarterback, Jake Hayner, seem to be complaining about the footballs to the officiating crew. Could that be an issue on each side? Bachmeyer, deep shot, one-on-one, over top of Williams, incomplete. Aggressive defense there against Octavius Evans.
Once again, Evans making plays. Made a few big ones early in this game, one-on-one. Great ball from Hank, just better defense, just out of the reach of Evans.
Bulldogs. Broncos had been penalty-free on the day.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 77, offense. 5-yard penalty, remain second down. Please put 5:34 on the clock. 5:34.
Uzo Osuji, the Rice transfer at right tackle.
Thank you.
That's a very polite referee.
Very nice. I'm loving the energy right now, though, from Fresno. The fans in the stands showed up, trying to help their defense. They got the energy with that touchdown, and especially on that 4th down stop last possession.
Off the fake to Habibi Likio, flip it out. Tyneil Hopper, the tight end. Wrestled out of bounds by Malachi Langley, angled with help from Justin Houston. It's 24 yards.
Well, you're going to see the tight end sneaking from left to right in the formation. Great play action fake from Hank Bachmeier. Get on the outside.
Habibi Likio. Evan Williams just would not yield, only a little more than a yard.
Cyrus Habibi.
Now Williams leads this team in tackles, coming off a career showing at a big win against San Diego State. 2nd and 9, Bachmeier. Habibi Likio wanted it, there's nobody around him. A ton of space. LJ Early takes him out. He gets past the 30. Another chunk play for the Broncos, 31 yards.
And just a complete brain fart defensively. Leave the running back wide open on a flat route. And Hank's like, all right, you leave him open. Easy throw, catch, get up the sideline. Big play.
And here's tempo from the Broncos. Swing it out. Shakir, option pass. The receiver to the tight end, intercepted. Picked off by Deron Bland. Bland visions for more. Deron Bland from end zone to end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Flag on the play, back at the 30.
During the return, holding, number 11, defense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Fresno State, first down.
Well, it doesn't take away the play from Bland, and I want to show you exactly where he started on this football play. This is where he is. He's going to haul butt all the way across the field to make this interception. Double. Shakir goes and throws it, and that's why you don't give up on a play, even when it's not to your side. Tremendous job. Unfortunate, not going to get the pick six, but still a huge momentum swing for this defense and for this football team for Fresno.
Shakir had been 4 for 4, perfect on his career throwing. And Bland, who was at FCS Sacramento State that didn't sponsor fall football due to COVID, didn't play last year. But the freshman makes a mistake. Broncos still have the ball. Off a play fake, Hayter. Deep shot, weak fall, incomplete. We go downstairs to Lindsay.
So guys, the issue with the ball for Fresno State, apparently their center, Schmidt, left the game earlier with an injury. You remember that they subbed him out during a play. Well, he has a cut on his hand and he's bleeding. There was blood on the ball. So I don't know if it was so much of an issue that was directed at the referees, but they were definitely trying to figure out because it's a problem for them.
Appreciate that. So Matt Smith, who had started the first couple of games at center, has taken his spot. Hayner under center, another play fake. Options on the roll, sideline, And Canijo helps drive him down. That's a grab at the 30 by Josh Kelly.
Well, I wonder if they brought in extra footballs because of blood on them. This is a great route on the outside by Josh Kelly. And then his feet are in. Ball looks like it's caught. Has control. Beautiful route, beautiful catch. Third and manageable. We're going back to the footballs. I wonder if they brought in some new footballs that may not have been to the liking of the quarterback.
Each team has toiled on third down. A combined 1 for 10. Blitz on. Hayter felt it, slings it out. And Trey Watson extends and makes the catch. Oh, that was pretty with J.L. Skinner right on his backside.
Well, Boise State brought the cross dog blitz, something that got them early on.
Now, is this a catch? It was called catch. Now they say no catch.
On the field is an incomplete pass.
Skinner
Fourth
and
down.
his head man, Andy Avalos, were saying he bobbled the ball.
Previous play is under further review.
I think that's it. Ball still moving. It's going to be a tough one. Call on the field is an incomplete pass. Let's not forget that as they go to the replay booth.
Watson, the freshman, out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico.
He's from right here. He looks like he has control. Left foot down. Doesn't matter about that right foot. It's at this moment the ball looks to be moving. Ball secure. And it starts to move right now. This is a tough one. I like the catch because he looks like he has control and he just brings it into his stomach.
It's plays like this after I watch it live and then see the replay that make me question so many calls from the years before replay.
What are you going with? Like I said, play, call on the field, incomplete. So they have to find evidence that this was a complete pass to overturn it.
I would imagine they'll stay with what turned out to be the call on the field. The original call sideline was catch, and then they conferenced, and before it went upstairs, the true ruling on the field was no catch. This is where I don't envy the replay official. Andy Avalos was lobbying his case. He had a great point-blank view. Had a better view of the football during the act of the catch than we did.
And in these situations when it takes this long, I don't know. I like catch. We'll see what they say. I think he had it, got the foot tapped in, brought the ball to his chest with control.
Cal McNeil getting word from Bruce Bain, our replay official, upstairs.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen the wave at a stadium. It's good to see.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass. Fourth down.
Well, not confirmed, it stands. It fits, though, the wave would be here. They are the red wave.
They are the red wave. As we go back to the review, great attempt. Better job defensively to get their hand in there, Skinner, to start jarring the ball loose. And that's a big stop for Boise State because the momentum was starting to go towards the Bulldogs.
And we did see a near miss on a possible punt block earlier in the game. So instead of converting on third down, 4th and 5 at a punt. And movement. This will be an 8th penalty of the game on the Bulldogs.
Ball start, number 35, punting team. 5-yard penalty, remain 4th down.
It goes on Malachi Langley. Now Shakir not out there to return here. great leg. And Caples gets hammered. As the ball arrives, so does the furious contact. Jacob Westbury, the long snapper.
Great hustle by the long snapper. Helps the opponents a little bit shorter. And he's feeling pretty good after making the play. Gets up. And let's see Boise State coming back on the field right now. Still want to see commitment to the running game. Only 29 yards rushing right now. You got plenty of time. 2 timeouts, 3:14. Can still rush the football and see what Helani can do.
They do have nearly 100 yards receiving from their 2 primary running backs. Helani in motion. Bachmeier over the middle. Shakir off his hand. LJ early in the area. Press shown. Helani with some space. Nearly lost his footing on that cut, and he plunges for the first down. Lavelle Bailey takes him out of the 44.
What a great play and a great call at that time in the design. You get the tight end and all receivers on the right. No one was backside for support. Able to get an easy first down.
2 timeouts under 3 minutes. Helani again. Just drive the shoulder. He invites the contact. Pops to Ron Bland and earns another first, a 15-yard chunk.
Well, once again, everyone's on this side. There's no defenders up on the top. Just keep running it over there in this formation.
They're going to listen right back to Helani. And again, it's Bland who shoves him out of bounds. How is this happening?
I mean, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times. Fresno State, what are we doing on defense? I mean, they keep lining up and run the same play, and I mean, they may do it again right now.
Habibi Likio is in this time around. Go right back to it, and this time they contain a little better, a couple of yards. Aaron Mosby, the bear hug.
I mean, there's no one over there for Fresno State. I mean, if this is going to be their answer to this formation, I'd just keep lining up and running zone to the weak side. They've more than doubled their rushing yards in 3 plays for Boise State.
Just outside the red zone. Motion from Riley Smith. Bachmeier slings it out. Habibi Likio can't hold on. Incomplete. 3rd down.
Well, this has plagued this offense this first half of being able to drive the football, get in the red zone or close to the red zone right now, and not being able to finish off and be forced to settle for field goals.
They are 0 for 5 on 3rd down, entered leading the Mountain West, top 20 in the country.
They got a shell defense. Over the middle of the field is going to be the area I want to attack.
Bachmeier checking down, slings it out. Evans rocked. Oh, what a hit from Evan Williams. What do you do here?
I mean, great job. This wasn't even Evans' man. He saw his cornerback got beat to the inside on the route, and he comes from his safety position to make the tackle. My man is all over the place in this ball game.
And they're going for it on 4th down and a yard. Two timeouts. We'll take one here with 46 seconds.
Timeout, Boise State. Their 2nd timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Now remember that Fresno State had won the toss, chose to defer. Bulldogs will have the ball to begin the 2nd. Right now, you're looking at a 6-point game. What's the dialogue in the huddle here?
Well, we're going to go back to that last play and just demonstrate Evan Williams' safety. Route's going to be in and out. It's the corner's responsibility. And the hustle to stop the first down. I mean, look at the corners almost giving up on the play. The safety coming in to make the tackle to get us into this situation. You know, if I'm calling it, I'm kicking the field goal right now. I'm taking this thing 16-7, going to halftime, feeling good about myself. And they bring in the kicking unit now to do that.
From 32, he's hit a couple today. And it's good. We'll pause for 30 seconds. Boise State, winners of 13 in a row on the road in conference action, facing a nationally ranked Fresno State team, leading 16-7. But, as you were right on, partner, 4 red zone trips. To make that 3 technical red zone trips, 1 2-yard shy, 1 touchdown, 3 field goal makes. Fresno State has 3 timeouts. On the hop. Sherrod down at around his 27. 36 seconds, 3 timeouts. Austin Bolt had the special team stop. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm taking. You may run the ball or screen to see if something pops, but you're going into halftime content. It wasn't the best, especially first quarter and a little bit into the second, performance by your offense. Just very, I think you said it earlier, very choppy. Was not smooth by any means, but this is still a very explosive offense that they correct a couple things. They can score some points here in the second.
Hayner to Rivers, incomplete. The Bulldogs entered second in the Mountain West, top 25 of the country in scoring at 35 points per. And they have been held to 1 touchdown.
Well, we've seen some mistakes. The interception was tough. I mean, that was a great job defensively from Boise State. Drop pass from Cropper, missed opportunities on 3rd down. I think there's a mature football team, mature quarterback that can make those corrections here in the halftime.
Hayner's sideline, weak ball, pops out of play, 27 seconds.
Hayner's pass complete to
Well, you got 3 timeouts to go. You can still use the middle of the field. Don't be afraid to attack it, especially if you're going to see cover 2 or a 2-high shell defense from Boise State.
Cropper has been targeted 3 times. He has 1 catch. And that's a catch in some space for Kelly, who's able to veer back upfield, out of bounds, 19 seconds into Bronco territory. Aided out of bounds by Oladipo, 14 yards.
That's a beautifully timed rhythm throw from Hayner. I tell you what, the past 2 weeks covering this Fresno team, been really impressed with his ability to push the ball towards the sideline with some great velocity.
4-man rush. Hayner wrapped up and dropped. Dimitri Washington. And we will pause for 30 seconds.
Cup, baby.
15% or more.
That's a great last play defensively. No one open on the back end. You saw Hayner trying to find someone, trying to stay alive. Great job defensively. I mean, there's no one there for him. He even tries to get down to his check down. Coverage sack on the back end.
Fresno State called timeout. Hayner pressured again. And he's down near midfield. Obacheri.
Hayner works his way to the 49-yard line.
Shane Irwin gave the driving pressure.
Fresno State, their second of the half, 30-second timeout. Please put 6 seconds on the game clock.
Oh, he had Brooks, Eric Brooks, number 3, right down the middle of the field for an opportunity with a dagger. Watch as the play develops. They're going to go to a two-high safety or single high. And he is wide open if he was able to have some time and step up into the pocket.
So 1 timeout, 6 seconds. What's possible here?
I don't know if you have time to get a first down and be able to call another timeout. This may be a Hail Mary opportunity.
That's Cesar Silva, who's hit from as long as 49, did that last week against San Diego State. And a prevent here, there are 3 Broncos lined up at the end zone lip. Mims is in at running back. Hayner still pressured, and he's sacked. Irwin got there first. Scout Matlock helped to finish him off, and the Bronco defense does it again.
Just a 3-man rush. Irwin beats his guy one-on-one on the outside. Big sack to finish the half.
That's the end of the first. Your score 16-7, Boise State, the lead on the road. After the break, our CBS Sports Network studio, the Verizon Halftime Report. Brent, Kevin, and Houston standing by. It's college football presented by Geico. Back in Fresno at halftime, Boise State a 16-7 lead. The HelloFresh first half stats: 4 sacks by the Bronco defense. That's the quarter of the Bulldogs' season-long total allowed. John Sadak, the QB, Aaron Murray, your takeaways from that first?
Defense, defense, defense. We thought offense would dominate in this football game, but the defenses have shown up in a big way there in the first half.
And we saw that in the highlights as the D came to play.
Well, 4th down opportunities, 4th and short. What happens? Boise State comes in, Skinner making plays. Boise State themselves have a 4th down. Fresno State steps up, and then the interceptions. Canijo, great job on the out route. And then a little trickery from Boise State. Not so fast. Deron Bland with the interception for Fresno's defense. It's been a great job on that side of the football for both teams.
Fresno State won the toss, deferred. So the Bulldogs, who have not known a lead, nationally ranked in the first CFP poll, 23rd in the country, facing a Bronco team that has alternated losses and wins all year. The freshman Will Ferrin to kick. Malik Sherrod will take a chance. And it does not pay off. Dropped at the 18, and word on what the coaches said at halftime. We go down to Lindsay.
Guys, I talked to Kalen DeBoer from Fresno State. He reiterated some of the things that you guys were saying. They're just out of sync offensively. He said, we're just missing the plays that we always make. Some penalties hurt them. He was proud of the way that the defense held Boise State to field goals for the most part. He said, look, we're a team that scores a lot of points. They're confident they can get back in this.
Appreciate that. Rivers out there running back. Hayner off the subtle play fake. Weak fall. Clutched by Nohi Canijo. The QBs today not quite on point.
They've been good. I'll say that. Not great, but they've been good. And it's just been a up and down. No one's really been in any kind of rhythm when it comes to it. And I think, once again, we'll credit the defense. Both defenses have really shown up, but the scary thing is both these offenses with these receivers, the running backs and quarterbacks, can turn it on in a blink of an eye.
Rivers trying to slither through. He'll be shy, gets to the 26, gain of 3, 3rd and 2. Shane Irwin the stop. First half possessions, 4 punts, turnover on downs, pick, score.
Uncharacteristic, I'll say that. And it's been tough sledding, trying to find a way to get Cropper the football. Only 1 catch there in the first half, dropped 1. They need to find a way to get their best playmaker the ball.
Both teams have struggled on 3rd down. Without a QB, misdirection. And Rivers, bear hugged at the first down marker. Able to drive Shane Irwin just enough. That's a first down.
And they needed that. 3rd down conversions 1 of 7 in the first half. And that's part of getting the rhythm, getting some first downs. And that's the, for every offense goal is let's get 1 first down. Get the defense a little bit worn down, run the football, and then take some shots afterwards.
Kelly goes out wider. Pressure comes, he throws in that direction, finds Kelly, and they're attacking the younger man, Ka'anohi Kaniho, the younger brother of Kekaula Kaniho.
Well, that was the plan heading into this game. Young corner, let's attack him. They went after him on the touchdown pass early on in this game. And if you're going to give that much space, that's an easy rip and catch on the Omaha route. But that's what you do, young corner. You go after him with some short passes. He's giving up some space. All of a sudden he comes up, then you can take some shots down the field later on in this half.
And 2nd and 3. The fire, weak fall. He's got the first again. It's Ka'anohi Kaniho.
That's the 3rd time they've thrown an Omaha route. So Omaha route just a 4-step speed out. And it's an RPO run pass option. And if he sees the cornerback with some depth, Hayner's going to pull it, rip it, throw it to the sideline, has some space, see if his receiver can catch it, and then get up the field to get north and get a few more yards.
They got 13 there, and now Kalen DeBoer's second unit out there for Boise State's defensive line. Outer Matlock and Cravens, Obacheri and Gums are in. Play fake. Plenty of time. Hayner's got space. Gets a couple of yards. Dimitri Washington, the driving pressure. Well, first down has not been hugely productive. This is a Fresno State team that entered leading the Mountain West, top 15 of the country, averaging nearly 500 yards of offense a game. They've just gotten over 200 on this drive. Rivers driven into the ground at the 49 by J.L. Skinner. 3rd down and long.
Oh, you got to get some props to this defensive line, I would say, for Boise State. They came in with a chip on their shoulder, just like the offensive line for Boise State. Of, hey, we got to be more physical at the attack. And you saw right there, number 95, Obacheri, doing a great job shedding the offensive linemen. But these guys, Irwin, Matlock, Washington, Bagnall, have done a great job leading the way for this defense in this ball game.
3rd and 6, soft coverage. Play fake to Mims. With Matlock in his face, that seemed to rush Hayner just a bit. And there's a flag.
I think they may call pass interference. This ball was clearly uncatchable. You also need to go back and look and see the offensive lineman down the field as well.
Ineligible downfield.
There we go.
Number 51, of the offense. That pill is declined. 4th down.
Mose Vava'o. Now you talk about what the Broncos have done up front. That's something that their head man Andy Avalos shared with us. They went good on good in their bye week to try to get right up front. And he said they've continued to spill that even into the weekly preparation for this week.
Well, that's what the best teams in the country do. I was at University of Georgia a few weeks ago at practice, and they go good on good every other series in practice. It's like scout team, all right, go to good. Scout team, good on good. And it's just a competition every single day to make that team better.
Carson King. And the Bulldogs were that close to nailing them inside of a couple of yards. A beautiful night in Fresno. Tomorrow, week 9 of the NFL on CBS features an AFC Central matchup in Ohio. Joe Burrow and the Bengals battle the Browns. Raiders, Giants, Pats, Panthers, Bills, Jags, Chargers at Eagles. Get set for it. The NFL today at noon Eastern. Head your way tomorrow. The NFL on CBS. Fresno State has its share of QB pedigree. Kevin Sweeney, the most prolific passer in college history, broke Doug Flutie's record at just over 10,000 yards. Trent Dilfer, first-team All-America, went on to be drafted 6th overall by the Bucs. Won a Super Bowl as a Raven. 16-7 the score. Hank Bachmeier, the junior QB for the Broncos, has not known a deficit in this game. Alani, that left side run had been there all day in the first half, and he has stood up, no gain. Tyson Maeva part of the push.
Well, the goal is to get to 100 yards rushing because we all know they are 4-0 when they get to 173 yards there in the first half. A lot on their last drive, taking advantage of the offset formations.
Right back to Alani, who's able to duck and slither a path to the 25, gain of 5. Deron Bland, Tyson Maeva combined, 3rd down and 5.
Defensively, we've talked about Cropper for Fresno not really having a big impact on this game. Same thing for Shakir, only 3 receptions for 8 yards. They'll find a way to get him more involved here in the second half.
He had 18 touches, nearly 200 all-purpose yards last week in the win against Colorado State. Shakir seems to be changing the play here, communicating word from Bachmeier. Bachmeier steps into it, long launch. Shakir's got it. Sidesteps out of bounds beautifully in front of L.J. Early.
It's a wheel route. We're going to get slant, slant. He's going to fake like he's coming, and then up the sideline, man-to-man coverage. His defender gets picked right there a couple times. Legal pick, I'll say that because I'm an offensive guy. And then big play down the field. We said it. They got to find a way to get him involved. First big 3rd down. Get your money man the ball in his hands.
And look, it's Tyson Maeva who brings him down, and it's Maeva who is now slow to get up. His last game as a Bronco was against Fresno State when he led his team in the Mountain West title game. He was helped off the field late in the 3rd quarter last week against San Diego State. We were told he'd be limited today, and he appears to be in great discomfort.
Well, it's good to see him walking off the field. Does need some assistance.
You know, it's odd, Aaron, when we spoke with each coaching staff, each thought that Maeva helped the other team in a significant way and themselves in some way. When we spoke with Fresno State, DC William Minge said he knew Boise State's personnel, could give some word on tendencies. When we spoke with Andy Avalos, he said, hey, I trained him. I coached him. He learned how to play under me. He's their main communicator on the field. I'll have a feel for what they're doing by reading him.
Yeah, and hopefully he's able to get back as one of the main communicators, getting guys set up on this defense.
Play fake to Halani, who holds the block. Bachmeier flushed. And he knew he had to throw that away. Flag out. Contact came late.
Well, he had Evans one-on-one on a big post. If he would have just let it rip, had an opportunity for a touchdown. I don't know if he didn't see it or just did not feel comfortable in the pocket.
Cal McNeil, our referee.
There is no foul for roughing the passer. 2nd down.
And we'll see exactly where contact was made to Bachmeier. Just a love tap. It's a love tap.
And that's from a quarterback.
Yeah, that's from a quarterback. Hank could have sold it a little bit more, thrown his hands in the air, been a little bit more dramatic. A soccer player-esque.
Their OC does have a Ted Lasso look these days. Bachmeier to Shakir, has the one-on-one, invites the harm, shoulders Deron Bland, and powers past the sticks. 1st down.
Well, I think there was something said during halftime, like we got to get number 2 the football way more than we did in the first half. Very unselfish player, but still, it's time for him to be a little bit more selfish here.
11 yards on his 5th grab of the night. Halani cuts it upfield. Nice job by Justin Houston. Latch onto his hip. He gets a couple. And there is Tim Plow.
Tim Lasso? It's a great stash. Very jealous in November here. Wish I could do it. Don't think our employer would let us or let me.
I think everyone would adore it. I think it would get its own Twitter following.
It's more my wife would not adore it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not for that, unfortunately. And I can't really grow one.
Play fake to Halani. Knocked down. Outstanding defense by Deron Bland inside on Evans.
Well, Bland had the big interception in the first half, but he continues to be thrown out, and he continues to make plays over and over. Not an easy to stop a big slant across the middle of the field, step for step with Evans. Big 3rd down, but this offense has shown the willingness to go for it on 4th. So we'll know a lot more based on what this play call is. Once again, they get in the formation unbalanced, not a lot of defenders at the top of your screen.
Play clock wilting, they barely get the snap off, and Alani has a sea of space. He'll be short, so it's 4th down at about 3.
It's the same formation. They continue to run the ball because there's not a lot of defenders to the left of the center. And now they're bringing out the big boys. They're going to kick the field goal.
Well, Jonah Dalmas is hit from 47, 32, 27. Here he is from about 44. Dalmas connects. There is a flag down.
New field, successful. He'll go. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense. 15 yards. I'll make 1st down.
Penalties, penalties, penalties. That has been the story for this Fresno State football team in this game. And that's Josh Kelly, number 11, who's been big offensively for them past 2 weeks, coming in off the edge.
Well, once again, a red zone trip brought to you by Verizon. They've been there 4 times. They have scored 4 times, but only 1 touchdown, 3 field goals. Broncos 9th in the Mountain West entering tonight. Touchdowns 57% of the time.
Well, they're getting into this, once again, overload formation. With a net.
Play fake this time. Bachmeier feels the pressure, slings back, end zone incomplete. Looking for Khalil Shakir, early and Bland in front of him.
And this is sometimes when offensive coordinators outthink themselves. They get into this formation. It's a perfect alignment defensively for them to run the football based on numbers to the left of the center. And they try a little play action pass. Maybe an opportunity, but once again, you're running the ball well from this formation. Don't outthink yourself.
10th play of the drive. Halani, not a whole lot there. Aaron Mosby, 6'4", nearly 250, drops him at the 10. Now, Bachmeier engineered a couple of long drives. Twice went 97 yards, each time 13 plays to get scores last week against Colorado State. Here's 3rd and 6. Play fake. Bachmeier. Leaping grab. Khalil Shakir. Touchdown. Boise State.
Well, he got involved on this drive. One-on-one inside fade against L.J. Earl. Throw it high just in time. I was worried for a sack from the backside. And this man does such a great job locating, elevating, making the snag, and taking advantage of the roughing the kicker penalty to extend this drive to be able to get 7 points on the board.
A critical flag, the 9th on Fresno State of this game. One off their season high for any game. And a critical mistake. Point after is good. It was the penalty that nullified the field goal and opened the door.
Stay away from the kickers. Don't touch them. Far, far away. Boise State able to extend the drive with the penalty. And then Shakir coming up big, one-on-one, get you a touchdown.
(23-7), Boise State the lead. Score for Shalil Shakir. Pound for pound brought to you by Rogue Fitness.
Kekala Kaniho with the interception. Doing a great job, pretty much eliminating the best receiver, one of the best receivers in the Mountain West, Jalen Cropper. Only one catch for 27 yards. He's been the man in the slot guarding him. Kaniho, great job so far in this football game.
And now a 23-7 Bronco lead. Blown leads, though, have been part of their story this year, and there's a lot of time left in this game. Sherrod. Coverage has been strong. Earns about the 21. Nohe Kaniho the stop. As Hainer takes the field, we check in with Lindsay.
Hainer not having his best game of the year so far, but he does have a fan in former Fresno State quarterback Trent Dilfer, who coached him at Elite 11. He told me earlier today that he thinks that Hainer is one of the best players in the country, and that he thinks that the draft process is going to catch up to that in the next 6 weeks when decision makers will sit down and start putting together their notes. He thinks that they'll see what he sees so far. More on that after this.
Cropper wants it. Deeper shot. Wide open. Zane Pope. Nohe Kaniho helps him out of bounds. They take the top off.
Oh, it's a great job. You're going to get flat route, post route to clear, and then Pope is going to sneak around on the wheel route. And you use Cropper as a distraction, fake it to him. You see the attention he draws, and then the post route to clear out that part of the defense. Big play. That's what they need to get some momentum on offense.
39 yards. Hainer surveys many options. Pocket collapsing. Crossing. Look, Cropper. Oh, he knew the hit was coming. He held out of the ball as Caleb Biggers delivered the blow. First down.
And great protection up front. I think some miscommunication between Cropper and the tight end ends up working out well for another first down for this offense. That's a dangerous thing. We talk about Boise State and leads. This offense for Fresno hasn't been great this game, but they have the ability to close this thing.
Hainer knew the hit was coming. End zone picked off. Intercepted. J.L. Skinner. Scott Matlock collapsed the pocket, and Hainer turned over for a second time.
And this has been an issue for Hainer. Pressure, forcing the football down the field. A lot of white jerseys. Skinner making them pay. Once again, Boise State defense coming up big with another pick.
Interception in the end zone, J.L. Skinner.
Just a forced ball. Look at all the white jerseys back there, and Skinner with his size and reach. Great job with the pick. But once again, we talk about this defensive line for Boise State showing up in this ball game over and over again. Skinner, big pick.
2 interceptions for Jake Haener. Turnovers have come in bunches, both for and against the Bulldogs in their games. Stephon Cobbs loses the football, and Octavius Evans right there to fall upon it. Loss of half a yard.
Woo, a little scary right there. He's not been involved as much this game, and I don't even know if that was a completion. But definitely a bullet dodge for this offense.
Kalani. Not much. Leonard Payne. Part of the pile there, a couple of yards, third down. This game has not had anyone consistent delivery, and yet it has been owned by Boise State pretty much from the start.
Well, they've won the turnover battle, and they've won it when it comes to penalties. I mean, when you play big-time football games like this, it's the small things that matter, and they're winning in those critical categories right now.
David Perales, bottom left, 99, has got the Bachmeier today. He gets doubled and shipped, and that's incomplete. Stephon Cobbs in the area, along with corner Deron Bland. And Haener chopping at the bit to get the ball again. Broncos to punt.
Oh, that was a big stop for this defense. Get off the field. Your offense had some explosive plays last series. Obviously, the interception's not the way you want to finish it off, but get them the ball back, good field position, and see if they can get a quick score.
Velasquez punt. Zane Pope takes it on a bound and drops down to a knee at around the 33. We'll step aside. Jake Haener and the Bulldogs try to get back in rhythm. Our PNC Bank game summary. Bulldogs have turned it over twice. Turnovers critical in their 2 losses this year. At Oregon, at Hawaii, on the wrong side of 23-7. What have you seen from the defense?
Turnovers and sacks. That's been the biggest thing for Boise State in this football game. They've done a great job up front getting after the quarterback, making Haener throw the ball when he doesn't want to. It's been the biggest difference maker. And obviously this back end doing a great job against 3 very talented receivers. They've been having their way with defensive backs this season. This offense only 7 points right now, and we're almost done with the third quarter, is one heck of an accomplishment.
Bulldogs, though, have scored 10 touchdowns this year in drives that took less than a minute. They can erupt. The lob to Rivers. And gets veered out of bounds. Helped there by Brandon Hawkins. Yeah, who would have thought that we'd see the Broncos just about doubling up the Bulldogs in rushing yards at this stage of the game? We haven't seen much out of Jordan Mims. Rivers in the backfield here. Rivers following his blocks. And he's right near the sticks. He's going to be about a yard shy. Cherry part of the contact.
Well, Mims has had a good game, 75 yards, but it's nice, especially coming off an injury, to have kind of your Robin to Batman with Jordan Mims. But Mims, his past 2 games, 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, just was worn down. Middle of the season, he's really carried the load these past 2 weeks with Ronnie Rivers being out, but still to have that fresh legs to be able to rotate is something they're missing this football game.
3rd and a yard. Cropper in motion. Rivers trying to spin upfield, flag out. Forward progress has the first, but what's the flag for?
Rivers down to the 44-yard line.
Nohi Kaniho, the tackle. And helmet off, Irwin jogs off.
Yeah, he's ripped off left tackle. Bull ripped the helmet off the defensive end.
Personal foul, face mask, number 72, offense. 15-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down. .55 from Boise State can stay in the ball game. This foul came out as a result of a foul.
Tremendous flow running off the field. Beard 9 out of 10. Flo, 10 out of 10.
If we could just get slow-mos of him jogging and OC Tim Plow. We had really good shots of him before the game jogging around the field with a stash. I mean, that is a buddy cop film right there.
That needs to be his profile video on like all of his social media. Someone from CBS needs to cut that up, send it his way.
We can get the Hasselhoff music underneath. I don't know if we have the rights to that. Blitz is on. Hayner feels it. Wimpy in the backfield, and Hayner forced to fling it away.
Oh, they brought the house, wanting the ball to get out of Hayner's hand in a hurry, which it did. But 6, only 5 to block, and Hayner had no option but just to let it rip. And once again, what happens? Penalties. We talk about penalties, penalties, penalties. You get a first down, big penalty, drops you all the way back. Now you're forced to punt the football. Penalties and turnovers been the big difference.
10 penalties of the Bulldogs today, tying a season high. Had 10 in their loss at Hawaii. That was nearly blocked. Doesn't have great carry. Dies an ignoble death at the 40. Now the Broncos have prime position and a 23-7 lead. A 33-yard punt. Well, Tim Plow talking to his squad. Curious to see just how aggressive they'll be. You know, Tim Plow told us he came up taught by Chris Peterson, and in his perfect world, they would run super tempo. He loves West Coast. He wants to keep defenses guessing, make them a little more honest, a little more vanilla. Could we see that here?
I think they've run the ball well this game. I want to see them continue to run it and shorten this game up as we get closer to the fourth quarter.
Shakir fed in motion. Nice block by Habibi Likio. And that's a first down surge into Fresno State territory. Malachi Langley, the tackle.
Well, they've eclipsed 100 yards rushing, and we know what that means. Usually means a win. Boise State.
Right back to the ground. And they pounded the 39. Evan Williams undercuts Habibi Likio. A gain of 6.
And you've mentioned in this game, you know, the coaching staff challenged both the offensive line and defensive line. If we're going to win this game against a ranked opponent, you got to win it at the lines of scrimmage.
Play fake, Bachmeier. Oh, he put a ton of zip. Trying to find Evans in a tight window.
I don't know about that throw from Mr. Bachmeier on that one. Try to force it over the middle on the RPO. Little bit scary, a lot of bodies. And the ref almost got his head taken off. I actually did see one ref get completely pegged, so whoever you are there, I hope you're doing well. A lot of these RPOs, balls flying over the middle of the field. Got to stay nimble.
The clap got him the jump. Free shot. Oh, and a hard lick on Khalil Shakir. He's got the first down to the 30. LJ Early, the stick, gain of 9.
Offsides, defense. That penalty's decline. Result of play is a first down.
It's a great job by Bachmeier continuing to play. Ball snapped, obviously a free play for the offense. Wanted to take a shot, wasn't there, was able to find Khalil.
Split backfield, Shakir in the backfield. Looking that way, Bachmeier feels the pressure. And Bachmeier onto his backside at the 25, thanks to Malachi Langley, gain of 5.
It's been a very clean game for Bachmeier. 14 of 25, 246, 1 touchdown. Has pulled in and run it a couple times, just like that pass play when things break down. Just very much so in command of this offense. Obviously, they would love to be able to put a touch on the board here heading into the fourth.
second down, they stay committed to the run. And the Oregon transfer, Cyrus Abibi-Likio, a couple of yards shy. Debo Bridges dispatches of it. Over the years, Aaron, particularly the last couple of decades, spread over multiple conferences, this game has meant a lot, and each team at different times has been the measuring stick of the other. At least one of these teams has been ranked in 15 of the last 19 meetings and each of the last 6.
Well, it's funny talking to Fresno State, just fans and people with the team earlier yesterday and today, and everyone was just so nervous because they know, hey, Fresno's doing well, Boise comes in upset. Boise's doing well, Fresno's there to upset them.
Third down, and the run game is paying off handsomely into the red zone. First down, Cyrus Abibi-Likio.
Well, and that's why we talk about staying committed to the running game, because when you stay committed early on in the game, it starts to really pay off later on. Third, fourth quarter, you're wearing a team down. Right now, they're winning the possession time.
Could almost say they believe in the run game. Tim Plow making the play calls down there.
Same formation they've been having success running the ball out of.
Working that clock. Abibi-Likio undercut, able to protect the football, gets a couple. Sean Gordon spills him, and that'll do it on the quarter. On the road against a nationally ranked team through 3. Boise State leads it 23-7. You're watching college football on CBS Sports Network, presented by Geico. (23-7) as we go into the fourth. One of the cool traditions they do here at Bulldog Stadium. Their first sellout crowd here since 2014. The strobe effect from the lights on high, the cell phones out, but Fresno State in peril. They have the tiebreak against San Diego State and Nevada, but they're staring at a second loss unless they can flip things here in the fourth quarter. The Broncos looking for a huge win.
Well, the Broncos still very much alive in the Mountain Division side. This would be a huge win for them to slowly make that climb and try to catch Utah State.
Each of these teams has been a regular participant in the Mountain West title game, ready for its 9th iteration. Bachmeier changing things up. Kept it there. Corrales trying to pry it free, but he's able to shield and earn a few. He held for a long time that ball in the belly. Red zone has not necessarily meant touchdown. This is a lead that could easily be a lot larger.
All eyes. Number 2, big third quarter, 4 catches. See if that continues here in the fourth.
They have to call timeout. Play clock was about to expire. We'll take a 30-second timeout ourselves. Third down, but we're back.
Scenario, no perfect conditions, just a continuous journey of improvement through training, through competing, through recovery. Because the only way is through.
Out of a Boise State called timeout, 3rd and 6. Broncos in the red zone, up 23-7 on the number 23 ranked team in the country.
As you saw before the timeout, play clock running out. Smart veteran move from Hank to save the 5 yards. That's it. They're going to go man-to-man, it looks like. Defensively, Shakir's your number 3 receiver in the slot.
Bachmeier stepping up, taken off, and gets shouldered hard shy of the 10. Evan Williams drills it. 4th down.
Well, the good thing with Bachmeier in this football game is he hasn't forced the ball down the field. Maybe once or twice, but never really put the ball in danger. And in situations like that, to me, that shows the leadership that we've talked about that he's grown into this year on this football team of understanding where you are in the red zone, up 23-7. Don't give Fresno any kind of momentum. Take care of the football, and then allow your kicker to try to put 3 more points on the board.
Dalmas from 28 remains perfect. Andy Avalos leading his alma mater to a 26-7 lead.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by USAA. This Veterans Day, join us in those served by Acura, precision crafted performance, and by Verizon, 5G built right.
Scenes from the last time Boise State lost a Mountain West game on the road. That was 28-17, nearly 4 years ago. Broncos took the rematch in the Mountain West title game. Boise State currently on a 13-game conference road win streak. That's the longest active in FBS. 4th quarter, 23rd ranked Fresno State has been held to 1 touchdown, 2 picks by Jake Haener. Fresno State falls on the ball at the 19.
Well, you talk about their record on the road, but I want to bring up their opponent's record this year. You look at Fresno State, like, oh man, they must not be that good. Or, excuse me, Boise State must not be that great this year. 25-7. They've had the toughest schedule in America based on win percentage this season. And they've been in a lot of those football games. This is a very good team. As we showed earlier, is still in the thick of things when it comes to making it to the Mountain West Championship game.
Broncos showing blitz. Haener's been under duress. That has peaked in the second half. They only bring 4. Haener steps into a throw, jump, tipped, and nearly intercepted. Shea Oladipo had visions of that checkerboard end zone.
And Haener, he's late. You see the 3rd hitch. That ball should have been let go on the 2nd hitch. Defender's able to break on the football.
2nd down. Tip ball! Incomplete. There was Kaanohi Kaniho in coverage. Looking for Mims as running back.
You see the difference tonight offensively. 337 yards. Tonight only 214. And the biggest one, 35 points per game. This offense has been unstoppable this season. Only 7 here tonight.
On 3rd down. Connects. That'll move the chains. Carrick Wheatfall refusing to go down. Carries multiple Broncos all the way to the Boise State 45, including Kaanohi Kaniho.
Listen, it's a 3-score game. 13 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. They can keep getting chunk plays like that.
36 yards. Haener whizzes it out, intercepted. Jumped and picked off by Kaanohi Kaniho, the 2nd interception for the freshman.
Pass intercepted by Kaanohi.
Now, once again, Haener just late, throwing the ball to the sideline. And let's see what this flag is. Most likely taunting for Boise State.
After the play, which was not conduct on the Boise State, 15-yard penalty will be assessed. Still 1st down.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Jake Haener play out of character. He had 6 picks on the year entering today. That's his 3rd tonight. College football presented by Geico here on CBS Sports Network. 26-7, Broncos lead at Fresno State. Tonight, 11 Eastern, don't miss Day 4, PBR World Finals. The best in the world take center stage. This year's title and Golden Belt Buckle. Catch PBR Unleash the Beast on CBS Sports Network. Jake Haener picked off for 3rd time tonight. Ka'anohi Kaniho, the latest pick. DC Spencer Danielson talked about how cool it was to see young men that didn't factor to be major pieces of the puzzle, and due to injury and other concerns have been thrust into bigger roles, including that young man. Alani latched onto by Leonard Payne.
Well, for Fresno, it just seems like tonight it's been take a step forward, 2 steps back. You know, big play, penalty, big play, turnover. And when you play a team with the quality of Boise State, they got plenty of players. We talked about the combined record of their opponents this year. They have faced a very difficult schedule. This is a very good Boise State team. You can't shoot yourself in the foot like that. And it's just been the theme for Fresno State, as they're going to be smacking themselves when they go back and watch the film.
No snap. Bachmeier, wide open target, connects with Davis Cutter. The Portland State transfer, son of the former head man Dirk Cutter. LJ Early helped him out of bounds.
Oh, anticipating they're just going to run. He's going to sneak into the corner. Watch the safety, Williams, bite up on the action. Along with the corner, Bachmeier pulls it. He's like, all right, wide open. Easy completion.
37 yards. Helani. Evan Williams able to bear hug him. He's got the first, and it feels like the Broncos have just worn out the will of Fresno State.
36 rushes, over 130 yards right now. This is the commitment to dominating the line of scrimmage that Boise State had in mind yesterday when we talked to him.
And you can see that arm dangling. Evan Williams appears to be in gross discomfort. Super talent who leads the Bulldogs in tackles. And who would have thunk this? A Boise State team so woefully inconsistent, last in the Mountain West in yards per carry. It's the run game that has been that snake-like vice gripping the game in the 4th quarter. Time of possession starting to tilt the Bronco way as well. Letting that clock melt. Alani and the counter cutback. Pinballs off 2 different men. Mosby finally shoulders him down. A couple of yards shy of the first, give him about 8. What physical play for Andy Avalos' team, and that was his charge to his Broncos.
Oh, it's been interesting since Stets came in to be the starting center for the Broncos, the physicality that he's brought to that O-line.
And these are bruising possessions. Yeah, you mentioned Stets, and yeah, Stets was just a student. He wasn't a typical walk-on. He was just in class, enrolled at Boise State, then walked on, then won a spot, then won a scholarship, and is volleyed around starting at multiple spots.
And they feel like guard is his best position, but I mean, the way he has commanded this offensive line these past 2 weeks, you know, they're not afraid, obviously, to keep him at that center position. They've had injuries there, had to move guys and rotate them around, but 2 for 2, you're running the ball well, especially this game against a quality Fresno State defense. He may find his new position.
Alani, who has to protect that football. Well, the Broncos in the red zone for a 7th time. Each of their first 6 trips, they got points. Now, granted, 4 of them field goals, but when you hold your opponent to 1 touchdown, that's fine.
These are the games where you just, the offensive coordinator up in the booth or on the field, you just sit back, if you're in the booth, you're eating a hot dog, drinking some Diet Coke, you're loving it because there's nothing better than the fourth quarter when you can just give the ball to your running back and just watch your offensive line demolish the defense line and push them back to the second level.
And the D-line is the strength of Fresno State on the year. Right back to Halani. They know he's getting the ball, and he still gets pushed nearly to the 15, gets him out 3. Ryan Bain, part of the pile there, 3rd down. And Bachmeier, you touched on it, Aaron. Now, we had asked Tim Plow about his numbers in the red zone, and he said the biggest thing is with the tighter windows, he's protected the ball. Yes. He hasn't turned it over.
You know, we always talk about his quarterbacks and each series with a kick, punt, field goal, extra point. And in the red zone, as we know, you just alluded to it, windows are tighter. It's not easy to make completions, especially in 3rd and long situations. Let your kicker do the work.
Bachmeier hit as he throws. Flag out, whistle blares. Aaron Mosby was there with a contact as the ball sprung free, but he looked to be in the act of a forward pass.
I don't know. I'm interested to see. You know, whistle obviously was blown, but may have been a fumble. Mosby may have been able to knock the ball out before the arm was actually going forward.
Personal foul, roughing the passer with targeting, number 99, defense. Half the distance to go, automatic first down. Previous play is under further review.
All targeting calls go upstairs and have to be confirmed and upheld.
We'll get to the targeting, but I still think that could have been a fumble. I think the ball was coming out of his hands as he was still going back in his release from Aaron Mosby knocking it out. Let's get a good look here. I think the ball's being jarred loose and loss of control before the ball gets out. I mean,
he makes contact with it, but does Bachmeier still have control, and is he delivering a pass, bringing the arm forward?
Well, the thing is, I don't think they're going to be looking at that in the review. I think obviously they're looking at targeting, and I don't know if you can consider the quarterback a defenseless player at that moment. There was no head to helmet, helmet to helmet. Contact was to the head or neck area.
And keep in mind, that was called on David Perales, who is the leading tackler on their D-line. If it is confirmed, he is out for the first half of their next game. And they host New Mexico next week. Well, Mosby made the contact on the ball, but the penalty called on 99 David Perales, who saw his tackle for loss numbers spike over his last 5 games. He's been a critical piece of what they do up front. Penalties, though, have soured the day. A season-high total of flags on Fresno State tonight. And they are the most penalized team by yardage in the Mountain West. And certainly the Bulldogs seem to echo what you were saying. There were multiple players who were trying to scoop and return that ball thinking it was a live football. The whistle definitively blared, though.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Number 99 is disqualified.
So that means that Perales is done for the rest of this game and out for the first half next week. David Perales will not be available that first half against New Mexico. First and goal. Cyrus Habibi-Likio, stiff arm, drop the shoulder, plunges in, touchdown, Boise State.
I'll tell you what, they have stolen the soul of this Fresno State defense here in this ball game. Just march down the field, run after run after run. The physicality of the offensive linemen, the running backs.
I'm right there with you. You could see and feel how different that drive was. It was building to that point throughout the quarter, really throughout the game to some extent. But that was the apex.
Is under further review.
Well, they take another look. Teaching moment, Lavelle Bailey speaking with DC William Inge. We're going to take another look and confirm score or not.
I think we got a touchdown on our hands. This will be the best view right there. Yeah.
Yeah, ball's over, right?
Yeah. And going back to the previous review, they didn't announce it, but it was ruled a fumble.
After further review, the runner's knee was down on the 1 yard line. The ball will be placed at the 1 yard line. Second down and goal. The clock will start on my ready.
2 plays ago was ruled a fumble, but the targeting, because there was targeting, overruled that. So Boise State was able to maintain possession. But I don't know. I thought he was in the end zone before that knee went down on that one.
Because it looked like the ball in his left hand was on the left side of his chest. If the Bulldogs have any prayer, they got to turn them over here and now. They don't even have time to turn them over on downs. You got to get the ball.
Well, Van Buren is back at the running back position along with Tyler Crow, who's played fullback in these situations in this ball game. So second down, 21 in the game. Give the big guy the football a couple times.
Play fake. Bachmeier, lob, incomplete. Looking for the big fella, Scott Matlock. He was looking for a second big man touchdown, the D tackle.
Oh, that's salt in the wound if he was able to catch that football. Was ready for a big man dance in the end zone. Just out of the reach of the DT.
He had a score against Utah State from 3 yards out. Got some ribbing from his teammates for bobbling that touchdown grab in that game. Third and goal. Cute stuff is over. Van Buren gets low. Bulldogs touchdown.
Andrew Van Buren into the end zone for the Bulldogs touchdown.
Absolute dominant drive, running the football. Tyler Crow just got enough of Aaron Mosby leading the way for his running back Van Buren to get in for his second touchdown of the afternoon.
His team leading 8th rushing score. Broncos last week had 177 yards rushing against Colorado State. Tonight, they've got 166. They have spent most of the year. Cellar dwellers are very close there too in the Mountain West in running. (33-7).
Timeout on the field.
Boise State led by defense, finishing at the goal line and punishing the 23rd ranked team in the country. Boise State leads it 33-7 at Fresno State as we take a look at tonight's Geico difference makers.
Both brothers doing a great job defensively. Young Buck, the younger one, making a big interception along with his big brother. And we look at the turnovers that Boise State has been able to create in this ball game. Start with Canijo early on. Great job on the sail route, staying home. Skinner, big interception off the big play that Fresno State had. And then the younger Canijo making the big play as well. Really doing a great job. This is a very good Fresno State offense. An offense that's averaging 35 points per game. They've turned them over 3 times, a bunch of sacks, great in the red zone, only giving up 7 points.
Fresno State dropped 40 at UCLA. Hung 30 at San Diego State and ran at will against a great defense. And tonight, bobbled up almost entirely. Off the twirl, Sherrod And we have an update on the latest on Alabama and LSU as we head to New York City.
Yeah, guys, the tied up 6 with 3:40 left, but Bryce Young sacked by Cameron Lewis. Jaquelin Roy recovers, so LSU has a chance again, down by 6. They get it back, though, and on 4th down, Aaron Thrope and Max Johnson. So Bama's got it right now, about 2 to play, trying to ice this thing, guys.
Wow. Thank you, Brent.
There's going to be, like 6 to 8 top 25 teams lose this weekend.
It has been a Saturday of chaos, and this game among them. Jalen Cropper, who has been quite limited from his normal boisterous production. DJ Schramm gets the stop.
And don't sleep on Hawaii tonight. San Diego State, 24th ranked team in the country, going out to the island. That's a good Hawaii team.
They turned Fresno State over 6 times. Hayner has no option. Angles out of bounds, does have the first down. Kalen DeBoer continues to coach up his squad. He had praised the balance that he thought had peaked with run pass, but there has been neither, really.
I mean, the past 2 games have been tremendous offensively. They've done exactly what they wanted to do.
Dangerous ball, knocked away. Ka'onohi Kaniho. They tested him early, and they got to him a bit. And the second half, he's made plays.
So he's gained a lot of confidence in this ball game. You're right, they tested him early, especially in the quick game. He was giving them a lot of free access throws, and they were taking. He's definitely clamped down here in the second half, and has had himself a ball game.
Denied that look to Josh Kelly. Second down, Rivers picking up Wimpy, deep shot, Hayner, one-on-one to Wheat, fall overshot him. And there in coverage, Ka'onohi Kaniho. That's something Spencer Danielson spoke about. There's a bit of a shadow with how accomplished and successful his brother has been. Now they're going to be teammates. Doesn't only have to live with his legacy, with his immediacy and his still constant all over the field action. The comparisons are going to be there, and yet he's performed.
He's still young, and this is a great test for him to go against one of the better passing attacks in the Mountain West to kind of see where he is in his career. And I mean, he has answered the bell. I think the issue is, I mean, Fresno is, we said at the beginning, when they're healthy and when they take care of the football, it's a tough team to beat. And it's just these games where Hayner gets a little bit too risky. He tries to force it, and then the coaching staff told us that's the one issue we have, and we're trying to teach him is not everything is going to work. It may work in practice, but those guys on the other side have scholarships too, and just don't force it. Live to play another down, and that's something that he's still working on in his career right now, of understanding that, taking care of the football, and not hurting his football team.
4th down, each team is 0 for 1 on 4th. Hayner, man in his face. Tried to stiff arm, and he gets ripped to the ground. Divine Obacherry. And that is a cherry on top. The pressure that has hounded Hayner all day.
Well, some of those errant throws he's had is because of this pressure up front by this defensive line. Scot-free. Another stop. Defensive line making plays left and right.
A night of despair for Bulldog fans, 33-7 Boise State. We revisit our keys to the game, brought to you by Acura.
I mean, Boise State, check. I mean, establish the run, eliminate Cropper. They did both. Fresno, no, did not. Too many turnovers, 3 turnovers, and Boise State doing a great job creating some explosives as well. So Boise State did their homework, doing a great job. Fresno, not so much, and that is being shown on the scoreboard.
Flip it out. Bibilikio, hard contact. Shy of the first by a couple. Tyler Mello, part of the punch there. A lot of second unit defenders now in for Fresno State. There's a sneaky amount of time here, Aaron. And they're in the red zone. I mean, that's a decent chunk considering where this game has been. Not that Fresno State's going to come back and win.
Are you trying to hint that Fresno State has a chance to come back and win?
But how do you finish? If you're Boise State here.
Well, I think for both teams, how do you finish? I mean, because right now, Fresno has more of a chance to make it to the Mountain West Championship game. I want to see their mentality of how they finish games.
Right back to the ground.
Because, you know, San Diego State, I know, started the season off hot. Obviously had their first loss last week, but I do believe San Diego State could possibly lose one along the way to finish the season off. So for Fresno, I know it was a disappointing night at home, sellout crowd, you won the show out, big loss, but I still think they got a lot in front of them still. So don't lift your heads up a little bit. You're having a great season, just a bad night, and the Broncos had your number.
Boise State has been so immensely physical, something that's been building throughout the game. Right back to the ground. Vivi Licchio. Cale Sanders swings him around at around the 9.
Stood up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, let's look at their schedules going forward. You know, New Mexico, and then at San Jose State, we'll see San Jose State if they get Nick Starkel back. Huge difference at the quarterback spot, but those are 2 games Fresno can take care of business. And they have the head-to-head versus San Diego State. They just need San Diego State to drop one more.
They need that also from Nevada. And the San Jose State game, a rivalry game, the battle for the Valley Trophy tonight. They look for the milk can. And the milk can is ready. This is the first meeting between these teams since the Mountain West Championship game in 2018. Both coaching staffs spoke at great length, remembering those matchups. They met 4 times in a little over a calendar year, including 2 conference title games. Now, last meeting in 2018, Fresno State won at overtime. An option pitch to Ronnie Rivers. Split backfield of Van Buren and Crow on 3rd and 6. Stiff arm, extension, end zone, touchdown. The former walk-on, the converted linebacker, Tyler Crow.
I mean, so much for 100 yards rushing. They're going to get close to 200 yards this game. Great pull. You see on the outside, number 66, Ben Dooley. They love bringing him from the right to left. Lead blocker on the power. And then Crow doing the rest of the work to get in the end zone.
Point after is good. First career TD for the former walk-on Tyler Crow as we step aside. A 30-second break. 40-7.
I wasn't expecting this.
No, sir.
At all. Sold out crowd, a lot of energy. Fresno's been rolling.
Andy Avalos in Boise State had a mechanical problem with their plane getting to Fresno. And that hiccup meant nothing. They have been so focused. He began our chat this week talking about winning the line of scrimmage. He ended it talking about winning the line of scrimmage. And their big guys were intensely physical all night. Around the landscape, some of the stories. What a game on CBS. A fumble, recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. Army secures at least a share of the CIC. Purdue takes down Sparty. Second win against a top 5 foe on the season. You called it a chaos day in college football, noting how many upsets there have been. Wake Forest down to the Tar Heels.
left and right we've seen today. I mean, Alabama snuck one out versus LSU. No one was anticipating that to be as close of a game as that was. And then obviously tonight, Fresno, another top 25 team going down. Kentucky on the ropes versus Tennessee. That's another top 20 team.
Hayner might have been tipped, looking for Sherrod, who's in at running back.
I do think Hayner's pretty darn talented. I've seen enough from him this year to know that this kid has a chance to make it to the next level. But it just, you can't make it to the next level if you turn the football over.
And there's Sherrod. Veered out of bounds. What do you see for the CFP? We do see a flag down there.
Well, it looks like, you know, Georgia and everyone else, there is a huge gap right now after my Dogs. Alabama, like I said, snuck one out. Oregon, most likely going to move up, has the head-to-head win versus Ohio State. And Ohio State, too, today did not play well at all. And then Cincinnati snuck one out versus a not very good Tulsa team. It's a scary day to be a ranked opponent.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 34, defense. 15 yards we had to end the run, automatic first down.
Alex Tubner. It was almost a Matador Ole. Did he even hit him?
Good sell, John.
And by the way, you did have Cincinnati in your 4 before the day. Hayner, deep shot. What defense. Rodney Robinson, flag out. Robinson got the hand in, intended for Eric Brooks.
Pass interference, number 4, White. 15-yard penalty from previous spot, automatic first down.
Called on Robinson.
Little life for Fresno. Try to make some plays, get some good momentum heading into the week, getting ready for next week. That was an awkward slide. That hurt me up here in the booth.
Catch made by Jordan Brown. As we have another studio update, we journey back to Brent in the Big Apple.
John, the number 4 Ducks finally getting some separation from Washington. Travis Dyer with a 19-yard touchdown run. He's got 164 on the night. They lead on the road at the Huskies, 24-9 early 4th.
Appreciate that. A game with ties on each side to Fresno State. Sherrod on the cutback. What a nice tackle by Rodney Robinson. Jake Hayner had transferred in from Washington, thought he had won the starting quarterback job, and found out the final day that he did not. And Oregon, a team that Fresno State played and played close on the road. Critical fumble in the 4th quarter when they led. That's good for the first. Zane Pope down to the 5.
And going back to Cincinnati, because it's a group of 5 team, and obviously all the group of 5 schools are hoping they find a way in. They just got to dominate. You can't win games the way they won today if they expect the committee to move them up anytime soon.
Off the play fake, right back to Pope. Touchdown, Fresno State.
And it's a good way to finish this football team. I know it's been a long night. I love the fact that they continue to fight, scrappy, find ways to make plays. Because we alluded to, they still have a possibility, they have a chance. Got to take care of business these next 2 weeks. They got a chance to still be in that Mountain West Championship game.
Point after is good. Zane Pope gets his 4th touchdown grab.
Updating the Mountain West standings, giving Boise State the win. They'll go to 3-2 in the conference. Fresno will drop to 4-2. Nevada and San Diego State ahead of them, both with only 1 loss in the conference. They do have the head-to-head versus San Diego State. So need some help, but like I said, man, all you can worry is about what you can control and see what happens.
By the way, UNLV a win tonight, snapping the second longest active losing streak in FBS football. This is what remains for the Broncos. Wyoming today clobbered Colorado State in the border war. New Mexico fell to UNLV. San Diego State nationally ranked on the road. And remember, one of the distant tiebreakers if there's a multi-team tie. The ranking in the CFP could be one of those tiebreakers to determine home field for the title game. With 1:10 left. A touchback. There's a chill that sweeps into our booth here. The fans have largely scattered, chased out by Andy Avalos, who was a player in 2001, was part of taking on a nationally ranked and highly regarded Fresno State team. That was David Carr's club that was undefeated, had wins at Colorado, wins at Oregon State, wins at Wisconsin. And with Avalos in his first major road trip that he remembers, they rallied from down 20-7, snapped a 17-game home win streak, won it 35-30. And that was one of the landmark wins that built Boise as a national program, and they became the dominant force in their league.
When you talk about domination, it was an absolute dominant performance here tonight. Good to see them get after it at the lines of scrimmage, get the run game going. Hank Bachmeier, talented quarterback that is we've alluded to, growing in that leadership role each and every week. If they can play like this, I don't see going forward, looking at that schedule, many teams that can slow them down these last 3 weeks of the season.
Andy Avalos, who played for Dirk Cutter, played for Dan Hawkins. And Kalen DeBoer, whose Bulldogs will see their third loss of the season, held to just a couple of scores. Broncos with one of the more lopsided wins of their year. "14 straight road wins against league foes."
It's not easy to win on the road, to win that many in a row. In a hostile environment we saw tonight here in Fresno is impressive. Win a trophy.
The milk can will live in Boise. For Aaron Murray, Lindsey Rhodes, and our entire crew, I'm John Sadak. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After a short break, stay tuned inside the PBR World Finals presented by Kubota. As we say so long from Fresno, thanks for watching. 40-14 Boise State.